What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex, and you're watching a Ragin Ronin review. Got a top 10 list for you guys. Today is July the 4th, and I thought that today would be a great opportunity for me to present to you my top 10 list of films to watch during July the 4th, Independence Day long weekend. I'm Canadian, so I don't celebrate Independence Day, but for my American viewers who are at home, got nothing to do, and for everybody else around the world who are staying at home, got nothing to do on this big national holiday for America, check out some of these films because these films, they're all wonderful films, but they carry a lot of very American themes such as patriotism, fighting against tyranny and oppression, fighting for freedom and liberty, and they just carry a lot of very American themes like rah, rah, rah. You know what I'm saying? So let's just get right into it. And I just gotta say that no list is complete without a Michael Bay film. Okay, that's number 10, Armageddon. Armageddon's number 10, and Michael Bay's just got a lot of American flags waving in every single one of his films. Armageddon is no different. Even if they're not waving like right in front of you that take up the whole screen, they're in the background. Anyways, I just don't know what's more American than having NASA handpick a bunch of American oil rig drillers to stop an asteroid the size of Texas from crashing into the Earth. They call it a global killer, okay? And with this asteroid the size of Texas coming into Earth, crashing in, it'll obliterate the world. So these Americans are saving the world from complete obliteration, okay? So they're saving the world at the end of the day. That's what they're doing, okay? That's number 10. Number 9, Independence Day. I mean, the film is literally called Independence Day. It's directed by Roland Emmerich, who's the king of disaster movies. It stars Bill Pullman as the American president, as well as Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum. And now they're not only facing against a foreign threat, but an alien invasion. And in Bill Pullman's amazing monologue, where he addresses what's left of the Americans, he says that they're saving them from annihilation. I mean, that speech was amazing. I love that speech. I could play it again and again. It's so good. Anyways, number 9's Independence Day. Number 8, Olympus Has Fallen. Get this, okay? First of all, this is directed by Antoine Fuqua, and we got North Korean terrorists who are terrorizing and want to take over the White House, okay? And then we have Gerard Butler, who plays a Secret Service agent, and he's out there to kick some ass, Die Hard style. And this is just a really great action movie, and it takes place in the White House. We got North Korean terrorists taking over the White House. So, you know, that's a very, very heroic story. You know, Gerard Butler kicking all the asses of these foreign terrorists. And now we have number 7, White House Down, which has a very, very similar premise to Olympus Has Fallen. This time it's directed by Roland Emmerich. We have a black president played by Jamie Foxx, and Channing Tatum's his Secret Service agent. And then now he's defending the White House against domestic terrorists, because you know a lot of these American servicemen, they're sworn to defend the country from terrorists, foreign and domestic. So now we have the domestic version of the same story that Olympus Has Fallen was, or is rather. Number 6, National Treasure. Now this film has not the same type of action as the previous films. This one plays out more like an adventure, kind of like Indiana Jones, but more a little bit tamer. But in any case, this one's a Jerry Bruckheimer production, and it stars Nicolas Cage as Benjamin Franklin Gates. I don't know a more American name than Benjamin Franklin Gates, okay? And he's out there to steal the Declaration of Independence to prevent it from getting stolen. First of all, that's, you know, I don't know what's more patriotic than that. He's willing to risk treason. He's willing to risk treason to perform this act of patriotism, which involves doing something like this criminal activity to prevent something even more terrible from happening. Basically, stealing the Declaration of Independence to prevent it from getting stolen in the hands of the wrong people. So there you have it, National Treasure. That's number 6. Number 5, Mel Gibson in The Patriot. And The Patriot's also another film directed by Roland Emmerich. This is a long movie, by the way. Almost 3 hours long. This is the extended cut. And this is Mel Gibson defending his family and other Americans against British colonists. And this is a really, really great film. It's a more serious film compared to these other fun films that I suggested, or recommended rather. But this is basically a period Civil War piece, and it's just such a great film. Very, very patriotic. Therefore, The Patriot. Number 4. Now this is a film that you might not know about, but I love this film. Okay, I consider this a classic. Stripes. And by stripes, this refers to the stripes on the American flag. This stars Bill Murray. It's directed by Ivan Reitman, who directed Ghostbusters, and who's also in this, Harold Ramis, and another comedy great, John Candy. And this is about these average guys, like these are like nobodies. They joined the army, and then they don't like it. All right, they want to quit, and then they see their comrades being captured, and then they said, you know what, we got to go to behind enemy lines and get them back. You know, we're saving our brothers. We're leaving no man behind. That's a very American theme, and I thought that this film definitely deserves to be in this list. This is number 4, Stripes. Great film, very, very funny. Number 3, this is a comic book movie, and this is one of the better comic book movies that are out there. Captain America, Winter Soldier. Not only is it a Captain America film, but this sequel is like such a great film, like amongst the entire MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe. This is one of the best films in the MCU, and it's about questioning what's really patriotic. They claim they're doing something patriotic, but really, is this patriotism or terrorism? Is this freedom, or is it taking away our freedoms? This is a very, very interesting film. It's a great film. It's thought-provoking, and it's also extremely entertaining. And it's a Captain America sequel. I mean, you gotta watch a Captain America film on July the 4th, or at least it's gotta be included in the list. Number 2, very appropriate film, Team America, World Police. All right, this film is the most patriotic film. Like, well, maybe not the most patriotic film, but it is definitely a film that you gotta watch on July the 4th. Okay, this film is hilarious. It's action-packed. They use puppets, which is something that is just something very, very unique. And they're called Team America, World Police. It's about this team of anti-terrorists, and they defend the world against, in this situation, we got North Korean terrorist Kim Jong-un, okay, who's a puppet in this movie. So it's like a full-on puppet movie, like Thunderbirds, except that this is Team America World Police. And finally, number 1, I freaking love this film. I think this is like such an amazing movie. Air Force One, starring Harrison Ford, directed by Wolfgang Peterson, who directed In the Line of Fire. So that was also a great film. But this film, man, like, you know, I'm not American, but when I watched this film, like, I felt like I was an American in the audience rooting for the survival of the American president. And there's no better fictional American president in film ever than Harrison Ford. Okay, I forgot what his character's name is. But Harrison Ford, he just plays the greatest ass-kicking president on film ever. He's just so good in this. And it takes place on Air Force One, and he kicks ass. He kicks so much ass in this movie, and he does it he does it by himself. So with the help of, you know, the people that are not on the plane, but he's just so resourceful, and that's one of the greatest things about it, because you really, really kind of care for this character, and you root for his survival from beginning to end. And at the end, even if you're not American, you feel like an American. So there you have it. So there you go. 10 films that I'd like to recommend, that I recommended to you to watch on July the 4th. Now, I'd like to give an honorable mention. It's a Disney film, and I actually saw this in the theaters when I was a kid. Flight of the Navigator. Now, you're probably thinking, like, what? Seriously? Like, why is this film, why would we even want to watch this film on July 4th compared to these other films? Well, I'm giving this an honorable mention, and it doesn't really belong in the top 10, and the reason why is because there's a scene that takes place on July the 4th, and it involves fireworks, and it's a very, very important scene. Like, this scene is actually very important for the whole point of this movie, and it happens to take place on July the 4th. Okay, I'm not going to spoil for what it is. It's a Disney film, so I don't know if it's on Disney Plus. I'm not subscribed to it, but you definitely got to check this out if you're looking for like a family film. Like, it's a family-friendly film. It involves extraterrestrials, but it's still a very, very fun film. It's definitely an old film. It was made in like let me see if I could find the year. I can't even find the year, but it was made. It was released in the 80s. Anyways, there you have it. Those are my 10, 11 films that I'd like to recommend to you guys. Hope you guys are able to check out one or two of them. And a happy July the 4th. As always, if you enjoyed this video, you want to see more, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation. Also follow me on Twitter, Ragin Nation. My name is Alex. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Peace.